Described in the report as a Mexico-based cartel associate known as Cobra Commander. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Did this guy watch like too much G.I. Joe growing up? Hey guys, the Muslim Republican, aka Salim Juma, your host of Operation Cold Front. I'm here with one of my best friends, my brother, DoseOfDion, aka Dion Thompson, our co-host for Operation Cold Front.
Damn right.
Today we're doing a read and react video. The FBI investigating Antifa for plotting to stage an armed rebellion with guns purchased from Mexican Cartel. So the FBI has been collecting information on Americans who have been helping the migrant caravans heading to the U.S.-Mexico border and is now investigating an alleged plot by anti-fascist activists to purchase weapons from a Mexican drug cartel.
Isn't that ironic?
Is anyone shocked? Really?
Not really.
You know, for as much as the left stands against the Second Amendment, they sure do like their guns.
Yeah,
right?
Especially when it's against right-wingers like us.
Yeah. The San Diego Union Tribune received the unclassified FBI report from a source wishing to remain anonymous. The paper confirmed the investigation is ongoing with 2 additional law enforcement sources. The investigation stems from a December 2018 scheme by the cartel to sell the weapons to activists. The man at the center of the investigation is Ivan Riebling, described in the report as a Mexico-based cartel associate known as
Cobra Commander.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Did this guy watch like too much G.I. Joe growing up? Isn't the G.I. Joe antagonist named like Cobra or something like that?
I don't know, but
I think it is.
That sounds hilarious.
The Cobra Commander? Really, dude?
I mean, that's an alliteration if there is one.
The report claimed the activists sought to stage an armed rebellion at the border. The paper reported. These activists plan to disrupt U.S. law enforcement and military security operations at the U.S.-Mexican border, according to the report. This is why they are classified as a domestic terrorist group. This is why they need to be gulags. Antifa are scum. They are subhuman garbage. They need to be put in prison camps. They are bad people. This is not First Amendment issues anymore. They are bad people that need to be locked up like fucking terrorists. They're just as bad as ISIS.
Yeah, I mean, we were literally out the other day, and we were posing as Antifa. This is hilarious, and people we were showing this video.
Nobody would. Well, most people wouldn't support them. Most people wouldn't deal with them.
But the people that did were like, yeah, get
punch
them!
Nazis and put Trump supporters in prison camps.
Yeah,
you know what's amazing? Donald Trump is the sitting president of the United States of America. It's amazing that whether you like the guy or not, that people will hate you this much that they want to put you in prison camps just because you support the sitting president of the United States. That is insane to me. Let's continue on. The report, according to the Union Tribune, stated that it was an information report, not finally evaluated intelligence, and instructed agencies that received it not to take action based on this raw reporting without prior coordination with the FBI. The report has been sent to numerous government agencies, including Department of Homeland Security, CIA, NSA, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, who Antifa hates, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Riebling told the Union Tribune that the report was absurd. It doesn't make any sense that someone from the United States would purchase guns in Mexico's, and the Hondurans certainly didn't bring money to buy guns. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, it's extremely absurd to say that the Hondurans wanted to attack the United States at the border, he said. Hold on a sec. Haven't they already done that numerous times? The migrant caravan? I mean, did you not see them trying to climb the fence and attacking Border Patrol and then getting tear gassed? I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw pictures,
Literal
video footage.
invasion.
Right.
Yeah.
He continues on. I am not cartel. I don't sell drugs and I don't sell arms, he added. I'm a revolutionary.
I am not cartel. I don't sell drugs.
A man who believes in his ideals, and I'm going to defend Mexico. Okay, well, your name is Cobra Commander, so clearly you believe in G.I. Joe and you're a fucking anime fucktard. You're not anime fucktard, like a comic book nerd. Whatever, dude.
He watches hentai.
Another man named in the report said he has never met Riebling and would not have associated with such a person. We were warned to look out for Riebling, the man said. We took the precaution to find out who he was and where he was, but we never had any contact with him. We never saw him around the migrant caravan. Bullshit. Let's continue on. Oh, the report dropped just hours before CNN host Chris Cuomo called the anti-fascist group a good cause, as the Daily Wire's Ryan Saavedra previously reported. Cuomo made the comments as 2 contributors pointed out that the group is just the opposite. Chris, Antifa is not a good cause, said CNN's Steve Cortez. Antifa does not have good aims. Antifa wants power, political power, taken through force. That's what Antifa is all about.
Yeah, and ironically, Joe Biden was like,
That's what this one is. The Daily Caller
look at
also
that.
reminded readers that former Vice President Joe Biden launched his presidential campaign in part by praising Antifa, referring to those who showed up in Charlottesville and engaged in violent confrontation with white supremacists as a courageous group of Americans. Let's be very clear here about something, okay? Antifa they LARP as fighting Nazis. They don't actually fight Nazis. They don't do shit against actual Nazis. What they really do is they call people Nazis and try to get them fired from their jobs. People who are either associated with the Proud Boys or Patriot Prayer or are just Trump supporters in general. I think they called us, Operation Cold Front, a proto-fascist group, whatever the fuck that means.
That means like new.
Well, I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is that they basically said that like when we go and do our little street interviews or we go and talk to people and have civil discourse, we are
verbally abusing women.
Run.
Right? So all Antifa does is take screenshots of us and fucking post them online and spread random shit about us and lie. And like, they don't actually fight Nazis. They don't do anything. They're useless people.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah. But they are absolutely domestic terrorists. Like, they're gathering weapons to basically go and screw with the border. That's what they were doing. These people need to be gulagged. Like, send them to Siberia. Let Vladimir Putin deal with them. I'd pay money to see Putin deal with them. Have you ever wondered why we don't ever hear about Russian anti-fascists? Because they don't exist.
Yeah.
Putin destroys them. Okay, let's continue on to the second article, okay?
Oh, man. It's hilarious.
They broke up and she proceeded to harass him. When that didn't work, she falsely accused him of rape by Ash Shao. So again, Antifa has said numerous times that I'm against the Me Too movement, and I'll double down on that right now. I absolutely am against the Me Too movement because guess what? Any movement that is completely, I've said this numerous times, any movement that is willing to convict you in the court of public opinion and in the public hemisphere on social media instead of taking it to law enforcement and actually proving it in a court of law is a fucked up movement, and it's going to cause numerous problems. And we have seen this time and time again. I have reported numerous times in many, many videos about false rape accusations and how they have screwed people over, even when proven beyond reasonable doubt innocent in a court of law. And they are still kicked out of school and have their lives completely ruined. And people are getting pissed. And you know what's actually happening is people aren't believing real rape victims anymore. Yeah. So it's the left has diluted the terms racism, sexism, homophobia, and not only that, they've actually finally now diluted the term rape victim. That crushes me because real rape victims should be taken seriously, but they're not because of things like the Me Too movement.
Right. I mean, like with the Me Too movement, if you're actually guilty, we'll chop your fucking nuts off.
Yeah.
Like, we get it. But at the same time, we could literally write a book about the false accusations one after another for about, I don't know, a year.
I think the Daily Wire did a story about 35 times that men have been falsely accused.
And that's only 35 out of the thousands and thousands. And
I honestly, with the number of reporting I've done about this, I could pull you up another 100, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Let's go on. The following story of a false allegation of rape shows that the harm done can be done to someone even when police and prosecutors do everything right. The story was reported by Colette, which is almost like intellectual dark web. They write a lot of articles. Annie No actually reports for them. He does a lot of stories on Antifa. The story features the saga of Jared and Kate, two pseudonyms used to protect their identities. The accused to protect his name, and the accuser in the hope she can receive treatment for her mental illness and be rehabilitated. Fuck that. She should be skewered in the media like we are when we get falsely accused.
Yeah.
Jared and Kate had a turbulent relationship for 3 years, and every time he tried to break up with her, she would threaten to commit suicide or hurt herself in other ways. When Jared finally did break up with Kate, she proceeded to send him emails about her feelings after the breakup. In one email, Kate begged Jared to remain friends with benefits. She sent that email the same day. She and her new boyfriend announced on Facebook they were official. What a thought. Kate wrote to Jared, I didn't have any true feelings for him, and I always made it clear to him that my feelings for you had not faded and probably wouldn't, Quillette reported. Kate also sent a 45-minute video in which she told Jared, you don't have to be scared to turn the corner and face me anymore. In another email, Kate told Jared, my hands are shaking. Please don't replace me with anyone. I am scared that this has had no big effect on you, that you are fine not thinking about me and getting a good night's sleep, and I can't go a second without thinking about you. Holy shit, dude. Women are fucking insane. Jesus Christ. Jared didn't respond to her torrent of messages because why would you? And after a while of getting no responses, Kate went to the police and accused Jared of abuse. Shocking.
The silent treatment. Abuse, guys.
Police investigated Kate's claims and closed the case. As Quillette reported, Jared's lawyers were able to debunk the assault accusation using information that Kate herself had provided in lengthy video message and emails. But let's stop there. What if she hadn't? What if she hadn't sent all those emails and videos? What if she just said, "Oh, he raped me"?
If she would have literally said #MeToo, that it would be all over the media.
And then you have no way of refuting her point. With these he said, she said allegations, you have no way of refuting her point.
Yeah.
And as soon as it happens, you're done. Mm-hmm. Your career is over. Your life is over. Your family won't talk to you. Your friends won't talk to you. You're done. Yeah. Your life is over. And if there's no proof, they're basically doing guilty until proven innocent with this Me Too shit. And what happens is you have no way of refuting their point. So they just done.
Yeah.
And that what happened is actually at the beginning of the Me Too movement, again, I've said this numerous times, there was an anonymous Google document that went around. And you could add names of men in the entertainment and media industry that were abusers, and they added all these names, and none of it had been proven, right? And a lot of these guys were like left wing activists and male feminists and shit, who I think are mostly rapists anyway. But it was not proven, right? And so the thing is they were just like, oh well, we still believe in believing women. But it's so wrong that they destroyed our lives. And I'm like, dude, how are you such a cuck? Like, fight for your fucking rights, you fucking coward.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we've even seen countries where it's the guilty before proven innocent thing, and it's just really bad because you have tons of people in jail. You have tons of people that just get falsely accused, and they say, oh, well, it's guilty before proven innocent. Ha ha ha, screw you. So it's
exactly. And here's proof of it. But even though the case was closed, the accusation itself was enough to damage Jared's career as an up-and-coming musician. Venues canceled his band's gigs after people complained online about hosting a rapist. The band stood by Jared and were attacked themselves. They faced accusations of sexism and misogyny, according to Quillette. See, this is why I do what I do, because this whole Me Too movement and this left-wing bullshit that's been pushed on us in the media, fuck you. Fuck you, left-wing scumbags. Kate claimed that the case was not closed and repeatedly called police claiming to have new evidence, but never provided such evidence. Shocker. The police reportedly became annoyed after officers realized that they were being used as part of a character assassination campaign, Quillette reported. As Quillette's Diana Davidson wrote, it's rare for police to take any action against a woman who claims that she was sexually assaulted, even when there is evidence that she is lying. Yet in this case, police charged Kate with stalking. She spent a night in jail and was to appear in court, but before she entered the courtroom, she began shaking and yelling that she couldn't go through with the process. What? She fought the guards trying to bring her into the room. Through it all, her new boyfriend remained supportive in the courtroom. Okay, new boyfriend, you're a fucking cuck. You're weak as shit, and you're not even a beta male. You're an omega. You're like a garbage incel, dude. You have no fucking balls, you fucking bitch. So they fucked up his band. They fucked up his life, right? And she spent a night in jail. And then she threw a fit when she was supposed to stand trial. And lo and behold, nothing fucking happened to her. Shocking.
You know what should happen?
What?
Is false accusers, once they're proven guilty of lying, they should face charges for that which they accused of.
Yeah, that's a sentiment I've heard numerous times. That's a sentiment I've definitely heard numerous times. I'm a little bit harder on that. I think they should face the death penalty or life imprisonment. But I also think rapists should have their balls cut off. As soon as it's proven beyond reasonable doubt, you left-wing idiots.
Yeah.
Jared learned that Kate wanted a plea deal. He wanted her to apologize on every social media platform she defamed him on and admit to her lies. He received an apology from her addressed only to him. Jared also compiled a list of financial damages due to Kate's action, but the amount was deemed too large for a restitution order.
What?
Jared was harassed, stalked, and falsely accused of rape, and his accuser was allowed into a diversion program that included mandatory therapy and an apology to Jared. She was prohibited from posting on social media, and when she was given that privilege back, she immediately posted a statement implying everything she had said was the truth. Jared, on the other hand, was smeared and had his livelihood threatened. He is now performing again and going to school. Thank God, Jared. Our hearts go out to you, my friend. As Quillette reported, this type of post-breakup behavior has happened in many relationships since time immemorial. This author can attest to being on the receiving end of such behavior and has always been difficult for police to handle.
No pun intended, receiving end.
As Davidson wrote, the authorities cannot let the politics of #MeToo or any other political movement interfere with their mandate. And indeed, it is a political movement. It is absolutely a political movement.
And it has definitely interfered with their mandate.
And it has absolutely been politicized to use by the left wing to attack the right and to attack men in general, right?
Yeah.
How many women do you see getting Me Too'd? Okay, it does happen, actually.
It
But guess
does.
what? Then they get off. Asia
They do.
Argento, a fucking leader in the Me Too movement, accused of raping
Yeah.
that 16-year-old, and she got off. Nothing happened to her.
Yeah.
All these teachers in the media sleeping with their students, and what happens to them? Barely a year in jail, if
Or even a
that.
slap or not arrest.
Or that, remember those two black football players from Sacred Heart that fucked that chick in the bathroom and she wanted to date that other guy, so she accused him of rape? Their careers were destroyed. Then there was that guy, he I think he was either a college football player, and he had to sell his class ring
That's right.
in order to fund
His bail, right?
yeah. And you know who the most prominent victims that I see are typically like victims of the Me Too movement in college are young men of color. Black men, Indian men, Arab men. So for all the left claims to stand for immigrants, they really don't.
You know what's funny? The left is all white privilege, anti-white this, anti-white that.
No.
And then they attack people of color in the #MeToo movement.
Yeah. All the time.
What?
And you know what's shocking to me? What's really, really shocking is Antifa fears us so much is that they post about us constantly. They constantly, all of my posts and stuff, they like go through it with like a fucking, like a toothpick, and they comb through it and they post everything that I do and try to take it all out of context. And it's really funny because it's like, they literally have dreams about me, dude. Like, they're obsessed with me. Like, they're literally like our fangirls, and it's so hilarious, dude. Well, it would be hilarious if they didn't like try to skewer our reputation and shit like that.
Well, no,
dude, you think about it. They're afraid of young men with color with
that
cameras.
are conservative.
And people who don't reflect their ideals and have
Yeah.
cameras and actually do it publicly, they're terrified of us.
Yeah.
They post about us more than they do the Proud Boys and actual Nazis and things like that. Not that I'm
Yeah.
saying the Proud Boys are Nazis, but
Yeah.
those
I mean,
differentiation of the terms.
Because, like, what was it? Like, last week we were out in Capitol Hill and they literally posted, we didn't even post where we were going. We said undisclosed location. And then they literally posted 4th and Pine.
They track us down, dude. Like, they're creepy as fuck, and they
Yeah.
hate young men of color who disagree with them.
Yeah.
They hate white people, but they claim to stand for immigrants. I'm the son of immigrants. I'm Muslim. They posted something about how Ramadan is coming up, and they want to they posted about any Muslim in mosque that need comrades to stand for them. And I shared their post, and I was just like, dude, no Muslim wants to be involved with your shenanigans, you fucking freaks. Like, nobody wants to get involved with your shit. Just let people be what they do. Like, you don't stand for Muslims. You don't stand for immigrants. You don't stand for women. You don't stand for anything. You're just garbage human beings. That's all you are, Antifa.
The biggest, I've said this several times, the biggest and greatest fear and threat to the Democrat Party is when people of color who are conservative speak out against the rhetoric because they realize it's such bullshit. And
Exactly.
that they've lived through, especially people who have been on the liberal side.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about black people who have been conservative their whole life. That's different. I'm talking about people like
who
me and
know
him.
left-wing politics
Right, that
because
they've
we've
lived
been
it.
there.
Yeah, they've lived it, and then they suddenly switch sides questioning the rhetoric. That's what they fear. That's what they hate.
Yeah, they're
Every time.
terrified of it. And you know what? We're going to take this to we're going to take this all the way we can. We're going to push through, and we're going to take them down.
Yeah.
We are going to expose Antifa for the garbage people that they are. We're going to expose the left for the hypocritical double standards that they have, because they are pieces of shit, and we're going to expose them. And we are not afraid.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking
We're
ain't
not
right.
afraid.
That's right.
So with that, of course, so I know you guys, I know some of you guys like our read and react videos to get our actual thoughts and stuff, but I know you love our social experiment videos. So obviously check those out. You know, you can see those on our main channel, Operation Cold Front. But if you like, you know, seeing me and Dion's, you know, thoughts and rant videos and stuff like that, you can subscribe to me at the Muslim Republican on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And I also have Real Salim Juma on Twitter, which you can follow. And Dion, you want to tell them your social media?
Yeah, I'm DoseOfDion at Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and YouTube.
See, he's smarter than me. He used the same name for everything. Brandon Tatum told me to do that, and I fucking didn't.
I think I'm Real DoseOfDion on Twitter, but either way, you can find me.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. With that, guys, I just want to tell you, stay classy, Seattle.
Deuces.